Mr. Gates, quote, "We are still selling operating systems. What does Netscape's business model look like if that happens? Not very good," close quote. Adversely affects Netscape's business prospects.
I told you I'm not aware of any effects on Netscape by the publication of that statement.
Finish your answer.
Yes?
Do you believe that the publication of that statement adversely affects Netscape's business prospects, whether you are aware of precisely what those effects are or not?
Well, I'm not absolutely sure, but I did explain to you that in the analogous situation, the effect does not come from that, but from other factors.
And what is the analogous situation that you refer to?
Statements by competitors about Microsoft.
And do you believe that statements by competitors about Microsoft are analogous in terms of their effect on Microsoft to statements like this about Netscape?
I'm not absolutely sure what you mean by like this, but in general, yes.
By like this, I mean the quotation in the Financial Times article.
I don't know what it means to be like that.
Is that because you don't understand the word like, or because you don't understand what it means to be like something?
Neither.
What is it then?
I stated in quite a broad way that statements by competitors about us have not been a factor to explain future developments in our business prospect, but rather other factors explain any changes in our business prospects. And I'll say that broadly about competitive statements by competitors.
Statements by competitors about Microsoft?
That's right.
Now what I'm asking about is not statements about Microsoft by competitors, but I'm asking about statements about Netscape. And the question that I most recently asked, that I thought was simpler than it's turning out to be, is whether you believed that statements about Microsoft by its competitors would have an analogous effect on Microsoft to statements like the one published in the Financial Times in 1996, in June, that we've been looking at. Do you think, Mr. Gates, that Microsoft's giving away of its Internet Explorer browser for free adversely affected Netscape's business?
Objection. I don't know what distinction you're drawing.
I'm talking about the statement.
The word "the browser," when I talked about it being free and forever free, was talking about the browser functionality of Windows.
But when you talked about it, you used the word browser, not browser functionality. Correct, sir?
I don't remember the exact words. It's very possible I used that shorthand.
And you talked about the browser being forever free. Did you not, sir?
Are you asking me about exact words?
Yes,
or are you
I'm
asking
asking
me
you
to
about the
explain what I
exact
said?
words. I'm asking about the exact words. Did you say the exact words that the browser was going to be forever free?
If you're asking me about exact words, I don't recall the exact words that were used.
Is it your testimony that you do not, as you sit here now, recall saying that the browser would be forever free?
Those exact words?
Those exact words.
I'd want to see the context and be reminded about that. I don't remember using those exact words.
Do you remember using the words forever free? Those exact words.
Those two words?
Yes.
I'm sure I used those before I was 5 years old.
Really? With respect to what?
Forever free. I want to be forever free.
Okay. Did you ever use those with respect to the browser?
If you're asking, is there a sentence that if you did a string search would have exactly those words in it, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I did say that we would keep, I did deliver that intent, that is that the browsing functionality in Windows was not something that we intended at some time in the future to charge extra for.
And what you're telling me is you don't remember whether you just used the words forever free.
I may have.
You may have.
The general notion of the Windows browser functionality staying free in the future was certainly communicated by me.
Okay.
Thank you. What products has Microsoft said publicly, whether in response to a question or otherwise, that these would explicitly be forever free?
I've said that about the broad feature set that's in Windows.
When did you say that, sir?
Oh, I remember an analyst talking to me about that once at an analyst meeting.
When was that?
Well, it would have been one of our annual analyst meetings.
When?
Not this year, either last year or the year before.
Is there a transcript of that analyst meeting?
Not with the conversation with that analyst, no.
Oh, there are transcripts of analyst meetings, though, aren't there, Mr. Gates?
Only of the formal Q&A, not of the most of the Q&A, which is where people are mixing around with the press and analysts who come to the event.
And this question that you say happened after the transcript stopped being taken?
That's my recollection, yeah. We price our product, Windows. That's the only thing we do relative to pricing. The most important thing we do is we create the features of the product, including improved versions.
Let me be sure my question is clear. Was any part of Microsoft's actions with respect to its browser, or as you sometimes refer to it, browser technology, motivated by a desire to drive Netscape's revenues from users of Netscape's browser down to zero?
Well, I think you're getting a little bit psychological there.
No, I'm asking what you intended. What was the purpose of what you were doing?
Our purpose was to make Windows a better product and maintain and increase the popularity of Windows.
Was that the only purpose?
That was the purpose on which the decision was made.
I just want to be clear. It's your testimony that an intent to deprive Netscape of revenue played no role in any of the decisions that Microsoft made with respect to browsers or browsing technology. Is that your testimony?
Well, our decision to have